Is the 20-ton Superhandy wood splitter super handy? Let's find out. I just split, I would say, at least a half a cord in an hour, which is pretty much on par with the big splitters that we've used in the past. So let me tell you what I liked and I didn't like about this wood splitter. This is the first time that I've actually used it. I split a couple logs the other day when we got it all set up. I was able to split a log that was about 12 inches in diameter with it with no problem. I didn't have any logs to split right now that's bigger than that, but I think I will. Eventually, when we get further into this, we will have some bigger logs to split. We'll have to update you in the description. What I liked about this is that I'm really short. I'm about 5 feet tall, and a lot of times the pull cords are hard for me to start on little engines, but this engine starts about on the first try, as long as you have all the levers in the right place. It does have an on-off switch, and then it has a fuel on-off switch as well. So you need to make sure the on switch is on and the fuel switch is on. And that was really easy. It started right up for me once I had all the switches in the right place. The part that I was not crazy about was the lever for moving the pusher forward. And I don't know if it's just because it's new and so it's a little stiff. It has an auto pullback feature. So if you push it all the way back, it will automatically start reversing the pusher while you're getting your next piece of wood. And when that releases, I got slammed in the elbow so many times today because I would have the next piece of wood ready right about, or be putting it in right about the same time the handle was releasing, and it smacked me in the elbow pretty good a couple times. So I think it's just a timing issue, and it could be just that it's brand new. This is the first time we've really used it. It's small, it's pretty lightweight. I was able to drag it out of our barn myself on its wheels, even over our rough terrain driveway. It was relatively easy to set up, although I was glad River was helping me to set it up. You do have to have tools in order to put it together. Several different size wrenches. I can take a look and see what sizes we used. It says in the manual, but I'll take a look and I'll put that in the description. So wrenches were required. It does take about 1.5 to 2 gallons of hydraulic fluid. It says 32 or 46 weight hydraulic fluid, and you want to get AW hydraulic fluid. I mentioned that we should probably take it apart and take out all the liquids and replace them at some point, because when you have a new machine, it gets a bunch of like little shavings as everything is working, and you don't really want those to sit in there. But we didn't find anything in the manual about, you know, replacing the hydraulic fluid after a certain time. In our tractor, it said after 50 hours of use, you should replace all the hydraulic fluid and all the other fluids just to give it a clean start now that all the parts were worn. So I don't know if we have to do that for this, but that's something to consider. The axe head portion is kind of small, which was fine for most of the logs we split, but sometimes when I'm splitting the big logs, I like to turn them over as one. Like I split it one way and then I turn it over and I split it the other way. And sometimes that was a little short for that and it wouldn't catch the top log. So that just made it take a little bit longer to split things. But overall, I found it to be fairly adequate and it did the job that it was supposed to do. I was pretty happy with how that worked. I ran it myself today with no problem and split all this wood here in about an hour. So like I said, I think this is about half a cord. It's a little hard to tell when it's all piled up, but we have all this wood to do. So we'll see how it does in, you know, a month or two when we've got all this wood split. But overall, I was happy with it. The price point, we got it on sale at Amazon. I think we paid just under $700 for it. But I did notice on Amazon today it was over, like, it was $999. We saw somebody selling it on Facebook Marketplace. They were selling it for $500. And when we saw that, that's when we decided to go on Amazon and see what we could find and do a little research, because it was hard to find any used wood splitters right now. Who knows? Overall, I found the Superhandy wood splitter pretty easy to use. The two things I would change about it if I were designing it would be to make the axe head bit taller so that it was easier to do bigger logs of wood. And I would change the handle. I didn't love the handle hitting me in the elbow. But once I get used to that and the location of it and everything, I don't think that will be a problem. Good luck on your wood splitting journey. We hope you find the right wood splitter for your needs.